This video is brought to you by CapBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
As you guys all know by now, LaMelo Ball, the younger brother of UCLA freshman star Lonzo Ball, is making a name for himself both on the high school basketball courts and across the nation. From calling his own shot from the half-court line to lighting up scoreboards across Southern California, he has been one of basketball's hottest topics. LaMelo is currently averaging 26.7 points a game, which is more than a 10-point increase from his freshman year. He is currently ranked as the 16th player in the country for the 2019 class. Just 15 years old, and he is already standing at a whopping 6'3" and 160 pounds. If things keep going like this, LaMelo could end up being the tallest and possibly the best player in the Ball family. And although everyone already knows a lot about this young star, there are still some pretty interesting facts out there that I would love to share with you guys. Now before I begin, I just want to say that you may or may not know some of these facts, but I did try my best to research and break down some interesting topics. So if you already know some of these, please try your best to give everyone else a chance to watch, as some people still don't even know who LaMelo Ball is. Also, I know that this topic does not really pertain towards the NBA, but what we have to understand is that sometimes I will take a step outside of the NBA world in order to show talent from places such as middle school, high school, overseas, and much more. The reason behind this is because some of these talented players could actually be the next big thing in the NBA, considering the fact that we have seen it happen many times before. So if I ever make a video about a college or high school player, please don't be shocked. Plus, I think it makes the channel a little more fun and interesting. Now with all that being said, here are 4 interesting facts you probably never knew about LaMelo Ball. Welcome to NBA Insider.
Westbrook shows from the basketball, goes to the rim!
Although both Lonzo and LiAngelo Ball committed to the University of California before their younger brother, LaMelo Ball actually committed to UCLA before ever playing in a high school game. To be exact, LaMelo committed to UCLA less than 5 months after LiAngelo. At just 13 years old, after becoming a highly recruited point guard at such a young age, LaMelo verbally committed to play for the UCLA Bruins alongside head coach Steve Alford in July of 2015. Standing at 5'7" at the time of his commitment, LaMelo Ball was averaging 19.8 points per game while playing in a summer league against much older competition. On top of that, he had been playing in a 17 and under league since he was just 11 years old. Thanks to all of this training, LaMelo will have a distinct advantage when it comes time for him to join the UCLA Bruins. However, since LaMelo is the youngest of the 3 brothers and is just a sophomore in high school, the team will have to wait for him until he is able to join them in the year of 2019. And for those of you who are wondering, recruiting players from such a young age is nothing new in the world of basketball. As a matter of fact, many players close to LaMelo's age have committed to play for big-time college basketball programs before. The difference between the two, however, is that LaMelo has been playing against way more experienced and older players. Despite the fact that he also received offers from colleges such as Virginia and Washington State, when asked about the early commitment to UCLA and how he felt about the decision, LaMelo had this to say: "It is my dream school. I decided to get it out of the way now instead of waiting for the future." However, one person who isn't in favor of the younger generations receiving early commitments to colleges is Cleveland Cavaliers superstar LeBron James. When LeBron James Jr., LeBron's 11-year-old son, received scholarship offers from both Duke and Kentucky, he had this to say: "Yeah, he's already got some offers from colleges. It's pretty crazy, but it should be a violation. You shouldn't be recruiting 10-year-old kids." However, in my honest opinion, I think recruiting kids at a young age should be okay, but could also be a win-lose situation. In the case of LaMelo Ball, UCLA's decision to accept his verbal commitment 4 years before he graduates high school will definitely be a smart move down the line. Overall, for a then 13-year-old freshman to verbally announce his commitment to a team like the UCLA Bruins at such a young age is indeed impressive. As you guys all might know, LeVar Ball, the father of LaMelo Ball, has recently sparked outrage in basketball fans and media all over the world. From him claiming that he would have killed Michael Jordan one-on-one, to him saying that Lonzo Ball is better than 2-time NBA MVP Stephen Curry. In my honest opinion, I think this was all part of a marketing stunt and was just his way of showing how highly he thinks of his children. If it helps his children in succeeding, then by any means go ahead. However, at the time, I thought it was all a prank. But as a matter of fact, LeVar does not take his children's basketball dreams as a joke. Did you know that when LaMelo was just 14 years old, both his parents LeVar and Tina Ball pushed him up by 1 grade just so that they were able to see all 3 of their sons play on the same team? For those of you who are confused by what I mean when I say that they pushed him up by a grade, it basically means that he skipped a year ahead of his original grade to be able to play with his brothers. Despite the fact that this was something that was the complete opposite of what many sports-minded parents would actually do, LaMelo's parents' intentions were to have all three playing on the same team for at least one season. The reason behind this was because that was the same year that Lonzo Ball prepared to part ways with Chino Hills and join the UCLA Bruins, and the same year that LiAngelo announced his commitment with the same team. Had they not fast-tracked LaMelo a grade over, he would have been left to play with LiAngelo only. Having all three brothers, despite the age differences, play together in the 17U division for the 2015-2016 season granted them a bond and chemistry that couldn't be matched by any high school lineup in America. And they also made the most of it too, winning all 35 of their games and taking home the California Division State Championship. As you guys all know by now, on February 7th, 2017, LaMelo Ball scored a record 92 points in a 146-123 victory over Los Osos High School. As a matter of fact, the impressive performance made headlines worldwide. However, many people were also quick to point out the negatives of his accomplishments, including the fact that he quote-unquote cherry-picked for a majority of his points and that he was not playing any defense. After LaMelo's 92-point game, even NBA legend Charles Barkley had this to say: "The kid waited at the other end of the court, and just every time the other team shot the ball, they just threw it to him at half court or 3/4 of the court. I have a serious problem with that, to be honest with you. First things first, in my opinion, last time I checked, there is no rule against cherry picking. Furthermore, while everyone was too busy focusing on small matters as such, they completely forgot the fact that the game was dedicated to helping a young girl in need of a heart transplant due to a rare heart condition. So if it meant that he had to cherry pick in order to gain those points and raise awareness, then by any means go ahead." Plenty of people gathered to pray for Chino Hills High School student and LaMelo's classmate Alexis Anderson one night after the historic basketball game. Lexie, as many people call her, is a sister of a member of the Chino Hills dance team. The 15-year-old desperately needed a new heart condition after she suffered a cardiac arrest. Around the time of the 92-point performance, her condition had taken a turn for the worse. As a matter of fact, her condition had become so bad that she had to undergo emergency heart surgery and was staying alive only through a machine. Because of this, LaMelo decided it would be appropriate to lend a hand by dedicating a game to her. This game just happened to be one of his most memorable performances. LaMelo's stats for that game were 37 for 61 from the field, 30 for 39 on 2-point attempts, and 7 for 22 from 3. He was also 11 for 14 from the free throw line. He also added 5 rebounds and 7 assists. In the end, he finished with 63 points in the second half and 41 of his 92 in the fourth quarter, which only lasted 8 minutes. The 92-point performance is a Ball family record. Not only did LaMelo Ball score 92 points in the game he dedicated to Lexie, but he also decided to send out a tweet saying, "92 points, #love for Lexie." This tweet started a trend that brought even more awareness towards Lexie and her desperate cry for help. Because of this one tweet, members of the Chino Hills community had adopted the hashtag as well. Members of the school and community had also set up a GoFundMe page to help the family with medical expenses. LaMelo's 92-point performance had not only brought attention to Lexie Anderson and her desperate need for help, but it also built a major support for her on social media. Luckily for her, thanks to all the support, she was able to receive a new heart. At the time, doctors gave her a 10% chance of surviving. However, she was able to successfully undergo heart transplant surgery. After I finally found out that LaMelo was dedicating his legendary game to Lexie, my respect towards him honestly went through the roof. Despite all of this, Lexie Anderson is still in need of some help. In addition to her new heart, she may also still need other organs. That's what the GoFundMe page is raising money for. At the time of this video, there have been 804 people who have raised a little under $80,000 to help in the process. If any of you guys are interested in helping out Lexie Anderson with her medical expenses, I will leave a link to her GoFundMe page in the description box down below. Aside from his outstanding 92-point performance, I'm pretty sure by now you have all seen the viral video of 15-year-old LaMelo Ball pointing at the half-court line and then casually draining a three-pointer from the spot he pointed at. The deep three-pointer had some fans comparing the youngest of the Ball brothers to Stephen Curry, while some critics cursed his name for creating the Curry generation. LaMelo frequently attempts long three-pointers, which has drawn comparisons to Stephen Curry. The video itself was so popular that even Stephen Curry himself was amazed by it and was even asked about it during an interview. When asked about what he thought about the famous shot, the two-time MVP had this to say: "That was some confidence right there. The fact that he made it. I wonder if he's done it it before and missed it. It's the highlight driven generation, so that right there was pretty unbelievable though. For him to call his shot like Babe Ruth and knock it down and act like nothing happened. So shout out to him. It's kind of crazy that LaMelo Ball is already receiving praise from NBA superstars at such a young age. But that is not the only interesting fact here. Did you know that there is a rumor going around that during a game against the Toronto Raptors back in December of 2016, Stephen Curry impersonated LaMelo's shot as a tribute to him? Apparently, Stephen Curry did his best impersonation of LaMelo by pointing to a mark behind the 3-point line and then knocking down the shot with Kyle Lowry in his face. I tried my best to look for the actual footage of this, but for some reason most of the videos are taken down or do not provide the full highlights. All I could come across was this picture that compares both incidents side by side. Although it looks like Steph is indeed copying LaMelo's shot, I think that he might have just been calling for a screen and once he got it, just released another regular 3-pointer. Nonetheless, it's still pretty fun to imagine him copying LaMelo. And that concludes the video. As always, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If I made any mistakes or missed anything that you felt should have been included, please let me know. Also, if you have any recommendations for future videos such as interesting stories or topics like this, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching NBA Insider.